That was a fun way to start that. I didn't mean to hit the wrong button there, but I did. Guys, good morning. Welcome to the first episode of Java Delight. Excuse me. I have my wonderful, good-looking co-host over there, Mr. Gavin Kerr. How you doing, handsome?
Hey, I'm doing great. How you been?
I'm wonderful, man. Today is April Fool's Day, first day of April, and you and I have been talking about, we were on a morning show together, we're doing more together, we see some things that are pretty cool that are coming up, and one of the things we both said is we love how in the morning you could start your day with such positivity. You could start your day with people who want to build a community of positivity and start their day in a great note. So Gavin and I have decided that today, April Fool's Day, would be our first day to go live, our first day to bring this to everybody, because truthfully, I think there's enough bad self-talk out there. I think there's enough people that insult themselves, that hurt themselves, that are not feeling like they're their best them, and this is their place for them to come there. And I thought April Fool's Day, we talked about that being the perfect day to start, mainly because you can let go of that inner fool that you've always called yourself. And we want to be able to really bring positivity, bring a good vibe. We want to bring good humans. And guys, we are truly honored to be here. Gavin, I'm going to jump in and start to say hello to people. You ready?
Yeah. Who we
First
got?
one. Jacqueline Rodriguez, pleasure to see you. Stuart Lone Wolf Holloway. By the way, buddy, I thank you for the wonderful messages you sent me last night. We had a great episode of The H last night. We talked about special needs kids, families with kids that have kids with special needs that need a little bit extra help with sleeping, and we had a sleep specialist on. It was an amazing interview. Go check it out. Bridget Kistler, so good to see you. Good morning. Brian Tracy, it is one in a million. Wait, Brian's didn't come up. Boom. Brian Tracy, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Tokyo Benno, already am excited. There he is. How you doing, Tokyo? Crystal Wolf, it's good to see you. It's good to see Stovetop Yum Yum. I saw it there. I was like, where'd it go? Stovetop Yum Yum, absolutely love you. Renee Bush, I have a pleasure to say hello to you. I see, did I get everybody? I think we got everybody this morning. It's good to see everybody. Happy, what is today? Happy April Fool's Day. So yes. Gavin, talk to me, buddy. We're excited about doing this new show and having it be a total focus on positivity, joy, excitement, bringing new things. The Breakthrough Show. Oh, I love it. Good morning. Good to see you. Love. But we got Sons of the Sea. I love it. Guys, it's so good to see everybody showing up. Gavin and I have been talking. Gavin, tell them a little bit about what you've been up to, what we're going to be getting into, and how fun this new show is going to be.
Yeah, what I've been up to specifically, or what I've been up to for the show and everything?
Both. Okay. We have some time today because we're catching everybody up. We've missed everybody, and we're here to play some pranks on people and get a good laugh.
Yeah. So what I've been up to, I got a tree. Yeah. I'm very happy about that. So
Explain it.
Well, I wanted a tree, and the world provided me a tree, and the tree was free. So now I have a tree. Free tree for me. Now, basically what it is, I wanted to get a stump. I wanted to get a big stump to chop wood on. And so I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, found a couple. Nothing really catching my eye. Everything was either really far away or for some reason people want a bunch of money for it. And my neighbors right down the street, about 4 blocks down, cut down a tree. So I knocked on the door and asked for a stump. And they said, take the whole tree. So now I have a tree. And then I went to the store and got an axe. And then I had an axe to chop this wood. And so I spent probably an hour and a half the other day outside with my hair down, blowing in the wind, listening to sea shanties and Viking music, chopping wood. It was a lot of fun.
Just so everybody knows, I've had Gavin in my car, and when somebody comes in my car, I can hand them my phone, and they are more than welcome to put on whatever music they want. Gavin's not kidding with Viking music. He really he puts it on, he gets into it. It is an absolute riot to have Gavin in the car because you're going to hear something new, where you're most likely going to be singing. Just so you have a heads up. But so here's the thing about your tree: you're making it sound very nice, like oh, it's a stump, it's a tree. Where is this tree right now?
It's in the backyard. I'll cut up.
It got moved then.
Yeah. They told me to take the tree, so I put it in my car, brought it home, and then I got the stump back there, and then I have a little trailer back there that the rest of the wood is in. But basically, I'll be standing there, the wind's blowing in my hair, and I got my tree cutting shirt on, which is like a V-neck with the lacing in it, holding the axe.
Does anybody else see how
the drum beat to stop or to drop? And it's not like a dubstep thing. No, it's so much better. My mother me someday I will buy galley with good oars. I'm just chopping the hell out of this wood, just having the time of my life. It's so much fun.
My favorite part. My favorite part, you're talking about your hair in the wind. You stand up, and there's nothing on the top of your head. I can see. Yeah. So I'm looking at
it's there. It's just back. It's under my hat and whatnot.
Oh, this is funny. It sounds like a bad porno. I agree, Gavin. Yeah. But with Gavin in it, we all know that's not going to be a bad porno. It's going to be a lumberjack porno. Yes. So,
Gavin, why is the pizza man spanking the babysitter? Perhaps she's done something wrong.
I didn't see that coming in any way. Stovetop Yum Yum, we miss you too. It's good to see you. We love you. She's been putting up some really good stuff lately. Her and Carlito have been having a great time just getting out there, putting out new exciting things. She does a thing every Sunday where she drops a ball and then they pick a bunch of mini things from it. And it explodes with miniature stuff everywhere. And you got to be able to pick what they grab a few things and then they make a Chopped episode with her 13-year-old son and Maritza, his mom. It's one of these things that's a great thing. Go give her a subscribe. We're going to be having her on Mondays teaching us about cooking and stuff.
I can't remember. Is the protein they do also random, or do they have the audience pick that? Didn't they have a special way of going through for the?
They did. I'm letting you just go with it, buddy.
Yeah, I saw the comments. I got to learn that. That'll be the next one that I do.
It is Monty Python, but there's merely a flesh wound.
It's merely a flesh wound. That's what I'm going to say to Crystal when I come in with the axe through my shin. She'll be like, "Oh my God, we need to go to the air. What's wrong?" I'm like, it's fine. It's merely a flesh wound as I'm blacking out.
Falling down. I love it. So I have my good news article of the day. I'll start reading mine. Yeah. And what we'll do is we'll go to yours right after that. Sound good, buddy?
Yeah, sounds good.
You got it. Oh, I thought it was open behind here. So this one has been seen on social media, but it is such a great story. I'm loving it. I read it like a couple days ago and was like, I can't wait for the show. I've been waiting to share this one. Stray dog kept sneaking into a dollar store for a stuffed unicorn. Now he and the toy have a new forever home. And this is just a great story. So shoplifting and petty theft are no laughing matter. Except when the culprit is a cute canine. Kleptomaniac determined to liberate a certain stuffed purple unicorn from the confines of a North Carolina Dollar General store. Look at the love! So, according to the store staff, the dog, Doggo, was a repeat offender, making 5 attempts to be reunited with his favorite cuddle buddy. The store called and said they had a stray dog in the parking lot and that it kept coming into the store. Head of County Animal Services told the McClancy News he'd walk in, go to the unicorn, and try to get it. He did it for 4 or 5 times. They locked the door and called us to come get him. Maybe he had a stuffed animal like that at his original home. I don't know, but he wanted that unicorn bad. The persistent puppeteer was eventually collared by rather than a Husqua and found himself at a local animal shelter. where he was booked as a stray and given the name Sisu, or known as the Disney character from the new movie Raya and the Last Dragon. While Dollar General might had been hard pressed to sell the plush-covered doggy drool Samantha Lane, the animal control officer tasked with escorting Siu to the shelter decided it was the best to. It was in best interest for everyone to keep their pair together. So she purchased a $10 toy and took it along. He kept going to that one particular unicorn, Lane said. He likes it. He likes to lay on it, and he just loves his unicorn. Look at that dog. Like, he's hugging it. Not long after his arrival, the shelter posted pictures of Sisu and reported the exposition on Facebook, saying, "This is what happens when you break into a dollar store consistently to steal purple unicorns. But then the animal control called to lock you up. You and your BE, best unicorn, are legendary." I think this is absolutely a beautiful article. I love that part right there. This is a beautiful picture. The dog wanted nothing more than to just be with its friend, with its loved ones and stuff like that. And I think that was absolutely astonishing. So Gavin, you're up. And do you have the screen, buddy?
Yeah, I can share this on. That's really an awesome story there. I woke up to the middle of the night last night to Dakota at the foot of our bed, just curled up in a little ball with us. And that was really sweet. I love when he does that. I don't like so much when he tries to crawl in between us like a child who had a nightmare. Ooh, what's going on? What did my computer do?
Uh-oh.
I have a new setup that I'm attempting to get accustomed to here. Let's try this again. There we go.
You're good.
Aha.
To Bridget Kistler, yes, we will. We are going to be bringing guests on. We actually have all of March booked up already. Or March. Well, we did have all of March booked up, so technically I'm not lying. But we have all of May lined up already. Or April. Son of a bitch, man. My words are just not there. But yeah, we have a whole bunch planned. We have a lot of good things, and Gavin and I'll get into that in a second. Gavin, I'm going to pull your article in. You ready?
Yes. So, do you know who Dr. Patch Adams is by chance?
Robin Williams. They made a movie about it.
Yes. Well, he's known for wearing a clown nose, for those who know him, and he is having a foot amputated, and he says he's thrilled about it. For those unfamiliar with the iconic physician Patch Adams, he has for the last 50 years devoted his life to giving free medical care for thousands of patients. Robin Williams was chosen to play him in the movie Patch Adams, which was perfect for the doctor who often wears a clown nose, jokes relentlessly, and when he meets with patients, because he knows the healing power of laughter. This week, the doctor himself was wearing a hospital gown when he made a video announcing that he had his lower leg amputated and was thrilled with the idea that he could now have the new nickname Stumpy.
Go. I'm writing this down because I don't want to forget. Go.
The founder of a healthcare center, Gussenhet Institute in West Virginia, he was stricken 6 months ago with a nasty reoccurring case of MRSA. Let's go with MRSA. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. It's too early.
You're good, buddy. Don't worry. You heard how much I struggled reading my article.
Right? After 3 operations on his foot, he realized it was time to amputate. With the MRSA in there, it would not have a foot healthy enough to dance or to clown, which are my 2 favorite things. The 75-year-old cheerfully described the miracle of today's prosthetics, which allowed people to run and do anything anyone else does. Mm-hmm. Plus, he now has a new prop for his comedy toolkit. Oh, geez. Which is, let's see, what's beautiful is it looks like a little TV screen at the end, he said, describing the new short leg. And I've been thinking of all kinds of opportunities for clowning. I can have a hiding little character sit on the screen, like a nice mooning picture. He's realized there are plenty of negative amputation or around amputation. There's plenty of negativity around amputation. So he has already begun joking with hospital staff, calling his new stick the fun with amputation. In a way, this has been a message from healthcare providers all along. Lighten the good mood, lighten the mood. Oh geez, and you will lighten the struggle. Video here. One sec. I'm gonna exit out and then reshare it so that way I have audio.
You got it. While you do that, I'm going to bring two other people in. Hi,
Yeah.
guys. Mr. Brett Gordon and Miss Sue.
Hello.
Creative. Sue,
Hey.
you were in a hoodie a minute ago. Now look at you. You got all dressed up. I love it. I love it. All right, Kevin, play your video. I'll bring you back in, and then we'll
Sounds
jump back
good.
into this because I see the positivity in this so much. There's so many good things in this.
Oh yeah, I love it. Can you hear everything all right?
Oh, friends, what a fabulous opportunity. I want to introduce you to my stump. So I'm looking for, I've been fat for a long time, but sometimes I want to be stumpy. 6 months ago, I started to have what's called a MRSA, which is a very severe bacterial infection of my left foot. And I had an operation on it. And then it came back. And then it came back. So I've had 3 operations on my foot with this MRSA. And after this last one, realized that it's time to amputate. I mean, I don't know to save my life necessarily, but to save my foot, because with the MRSA in there, I would not have a foot healthy enough to dance or to clown, which are 2 of my favorite things to do. And so the miracle is an amputation. Below the knee, and there you have it.
Wow.
The operation went superbly well. I've been checking it out. They've taken the bandage off today, and Derek will send you a picture. And what's beautiful is
Smiling so big.
TV screen on the end.
What?
And I've been thinking today of all kinds of opportunities for clowning, say, where I'm somewhere in a hospital or orphanage and I decide to take off my prosthesis. And now, because of our wars, we make fabulous prostheses. You can see double amputees running in marathons. And so I am going to get one of those prostheses, but while clowning, I can take it off and there's like a little TV screen there, and I can have Heidi make characters that sit on that screen. I mean, today I thought up one could be a nice mooning picture, but there could be so many kinds of stories, and I know it would captivate people because there's all this negativity about amputation. Oh my God. When the truth is, I haven't felt that at all. I felt, wow, I'm going to have a healthy foot for dancing and for clowning and for whatever else I need, where before there was a concern that I would never have that. So free at last, free at last. And I've been having a lot of fun here, joking with the staff here in the hospital. They've come here. In fact, they've already are setting up a lecture for Susan and I to give here. And so, I mean, we could, in the short form, call it fun with amputation. And in a way, this has been my message for healthcare all along.
Yeah.
When you are alive, you can declare yourself having fun, whatever you have lost or had to gain because you were sick.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the last straw. This is, okay, now what can you do with this condition?
Mm-hmm.
And to tell you the truth, before the amputation, I didn't think of these ideas. And now I'm thinking of them.
I love his glasses.
I'm really excited.
I love his mustache.
I have to get better. It has to heal up, and I have to have the prosthesis.
Yeah.
Then the adventure begins. And
My
I
lovely
would like
man.
you to come on the adventure with me.
That is
Please, no bummers or oh my gods. Let's make it fun.
Oh.
wow. That just touched my heart, like in so many ways. Like, guys, think about this for a second. Well, first off, this had me cracking up when I read it backstage. I just hear it, like I could hear him singing this too. My stump, my lovely stumpy stump. Like, for real, he was not looking at it negatively. He's sitting there right away going, screw this, take it, let's go for it. I think that needs to be something that people grab onto in that story, because he even took gave himself the nickname Stumpy. He took something negative and said, you're not even getting a minute of my attention. You're not even getting a second of it. I'm flipping it right now. His energy came through that video. I love it. Guys.
I really hope that he gets a peg leg and gives himself the character Captain Patches. I think that'd be wonderful.
You know what? I think that would be a great one. I mean, he should have a couple different nicknames, like different costumes throughout the year. You know?
Yeah. Oh, he could do that. He could do a zombie, like Frankenstein. He could have a lot of fun with this, and I'm sure he will.
I love that. I really needed that. I really needed that reminder to come back to fun, because I have to say, with everything, and by the way, my internet might not be the best. I've just moved into a new place, so just let me know that we're all good. And there's no bathtub right now, but it's getting to summer, so you know, hence in the bathtub all year round. So I've been feeling really, really low about everything that's been going on in the world, and what you focus on expands, right? And I forget that when I'm in that mood, I forget that. No, I gotta fight against this thing, you know. But actually, when I watch someone like this, it's like, Sue, stop being a fool, you know?
I see, but my thing is, I don't think it's being, like you said, stop being a fool. Suze, you and I are on here before this, and I know you've had a long week. And girl, you are killing it right now. We're looking at her new apartment behind her. She's been through hell, which I'm sure a lot of us can look at our lives and find that. And she still came on here, threw on her pink wig, which I'm still jealous of.
That's her natural hair.
What? It is? This is my natural hair. How awesome! But Suze, do you have? I like this Stumpy Claus. Do you have a excuse me, positive article or something positive that gets you a smile to share with us this morning?
No,
even if it's a joke.
I completely came unprepared. I just came to say hello. Really.
You're good. All right.
For me, that reminder to have fun. Okay, so I haven't read Viktor Frankl's book, but we all know the gist of the story behind what Viktor Frankl was saying. You know, the story, Viktor Frankl was a survivor from the Holocaust. And he said that, you know, people can take away all kinds of things, like what's happening in the world, taking away our liberties, taking away our freedom, you know, maybe taking our right to choose what we put in our body. They're taking away a lot of things, but what they cannot take away is our spirit and how we respond to situations. That is something that, unless we turn into robots, that is something that no one can take, you know? So that was a really lovely reminder for me that, you know, like, make your life as fun as possible. Brian's saying we need a pink wig for Brandon Fund. Yay. Pink wigs all around. I want to see Brett in one.
I want to see Brett in one. I agree. So Brett, you are, guys, I want to let you know, this is how much I'm so grateful for everybody. We have Tokyo Benno here. We have Gavin and I in Ohio. Brett is all the way on the other side of the country in Las Vegas. And I'm going to ask a question point blank to see how well this answer goes. Have you gone to bed yet, Brett?
You know, I tried going to bed early. It was about 2:30 in the morning, and I didn't get to sleep until probably about 3:30. So I got somewhere in the vicinity of about an hour of sleep, maybe a little bit more.
You tried to go to bed early today, not last night.
Well, yeah, it was last night for me. In my mind, 2:30 is early going to sleep. Usually it's 3 or 4. So
Wow.
I
Good
almost
God.
didn't go to sleep. A couple of hours, an hour is good enough.
Is that average for you? An hour of sleep a night?
No, but probably 4 to 5 is average.
Okay. You're like an elephant. They only need 4 hours of sleep.
No, but my girlfriend might want to think I was an elephant.
Yeah, Gavin, it's what you're
I'm
thinking.
afraid to ask why.
It's what you're thinking with Brett.
Hey, gotta wake up everybody.
Brett, you sound like me. You sound like me. I had to use sleep hypnosis video last night. People have trouble sleeping. So, Brett, you're on the West Coast. You're doing a lot of cool things. You and I have been talking every day. I'm getting ready to head west, and later today I can announce some pretty big news. I'm waiting to get the final approval to take Gavin with me, and then we'll be announcing it. Yes, buddy. A very, very, very close friend of mine is doing a red carpet in Los Angeles for one of the award ceremonies and invited me out there. And I asked if Gavin could come so that way he could help as well. And they actually helped my CBD company, Delight, be able to get in the gift bags. But I can't say which one yet, but this is a big deal. This is a lot of excitement, and every single celebrity that's winning an award is going to take pictures with it. So people from like Will Smith to Liam Neeson will be able to take pictures. And
Wow.
I'm pretty excited.
Wait for this, Brandon.
I needed to no, it doesn't need to be a big thing like that. I'm ready to have that next phase in my life, and I'm excited that we're all going to be doing great things. And the reason we're all here is to be able to love, encourage, and uplift one another. And thank you guys so much. I focus on making sure to put a positive twist on everything, just like Patch Adams did. And it's looking at the negatives and saying they're not going to hold me back anymore. And that's what I had to do. And I'm really excited for what's coming. I'm really excited for the future. But the truth is, I have no future without people like you guys. I have Gavin, who balances me with attractiveness. And then I have Brett, who is completely, every day he looks at my stuff and he says, hey, Brandon, I want you to look at this again. I want you to think about this. And he challenges me, and I love that. And then I have Suze, who even in her worst moments and having a real hard time, she calls me and says, hey, I just want you to know I think you're amazing and thank you. And I know how hard that is at times to do, especially when you're in your own muck. And Suze, you are an inspiration. And every single person watching, listening, do us a favor and let everybody else around you know how much you appreciate them, because my foundation of friends, my foundation of team has been growing with people who want to make a huge difference. And it's for all of us. It's not just me or Gavin or Suze, and maybe it is just Brett. But and then we have a very, very, very special guest that popped up in the background right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's one of my favorite human beings in the world, and I'm loving making her laugh in the background. She's coming to be a part of everything we're doing and spreading positivity. Miss Jessica Care Bear Dugas.
Good morning.
Hey, Jess.
Hey, good morning.
So, Jessica, how are you?
I'm good. It took me a minute to get myself pulled together this morning, but here I am.
I got changed just for you.
Oh my God. Here it is. Here it is. Listen, Brandon took over my show on Monday, and it became this whole thing about Care Bears and onesies and CBD. And we had
Care Bears on CBD.
Care Bears on CBD.
pretty
CBD.
much that's what it was.
Yep.
That's what it was.
CBD.
Now suddenly next week everybody's coming in unicorn. So like he's just changed the entire trajectory of my program.
Single-handedly.
That's
Honestly,
it.
not one of that was planned. She said, "Hey, do you want to come on?" I did.
You had it in your mind. I know it for like a long time of saying one day when Jessica messaged me and says, come on the show, I'm going to have this all planned out and I'm going to take over.
Truth is, I manifested it. I can't help these things. Like, I'm like, all right, who of everybody that we've interviewed do I need to be a friend with so I can get on her show? And
exactly.
You had that person. I'm like, she has 17 kids, so I know that she's a good person. You're near there. Now, Jessica, tell us.
Popping them out like clockwork.
Oh, dude, her kids are so well behaved too. They all have like TikTok stars.
I've seen them during like holidays. We brought them all on before the whole family, and they all seem very, very well mannered overall.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I see that being here and people that see our whole family being here, but apparently the whole of the internet, well, according to this one guy on TikTok, we are rude people.
Are you?
Did you apparently and quote unquote the internet agrees.
Oh, the whole internet.
The whole
of the internet.
That agrees with this one guy. Wow, that's amazing. What a team.
I feel like I need an award.
What'd you do?
I'll get you an award. Gavin, you're in charge, Gavin. Take over.
Yeah. Who did you and your family beat and piss on in order to be labeled rude by the entire internet?
Okay, you ready for this? We showed a video from my doorbell camera that showed a delivery driver coming to the door because everybody always laughs. We have 8 people in our house. We order like pounds of food, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's always like, are you having a party? And we're like, no, there's just a lot of us in here. Right? Yeah. We showed this video and my son, Sky, answers the door. And my son, Sky, is like a young Ben Stein. Okay, Bueller, anyone. Okay, so that's how he talks. So he literally says thank you to the guy twice. And he's like, the guy's laughing and he's like, oh, you guys having a party? And he's like, there's 8 people in here, you know? And everybody said that based on that less than 60-second clip that we are rude people because he does not have any emotion in his voice.
Huh.
We have more than 61,000 views on that video, and the whole of the internet now has made the one guy on there said that this is, you know, that
that's interesting.
We're just horrible.
I think if you're rude, you won't say anything. I got a buddy, close friend of mine. I've known him for probably 7 or 8 years now, and he's a textbook sociopath. You know, he just doesn't have or process emotions. He understands them, but he's very monotone when he talks.
Right.
And he does smile, at least sometimes when he talks to me. I can get him to smile. So that's just like my specialty, I guess, is making sociopaths smile. But he's pretty just much like this the entire time. And you'll give him a cookie and he'll be like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate this.
So I was just thinking that it was Al Gore that you pissed off because he created the internet, right? So that would have been it.
Global warming.
I can think of 8,000 other things I could have done. I feel like I wasted my shot to really do something good here.
Yeah.
Right? People are crappy. I
think everybody forgot MTV a decade ago.
I grew up with MTV. I was
just all the shit that happened on there, all the nonsense on there. Like,
honestly, I get it, but at the same point, I look at so I've seen Jessica's TikTok, and we had a little bet going that if it passed 30,000 views, I would have to download TikTok and actually create my own. It passed 60. Does that mean I have to download it twice?
It means we have to invite somebody else to. Every time it hits another 30,000, we need to get another person to come on.
You're starting to 60,000. You're starting to get some power on there. You're starting to have some say in the internet, the Dugas family.
That's what people say. Like, if you have haters, you're doing it right. Like, and it's so hard for me because I'm like, people that know me know that I'm just a very heart-centered, like, generally nice person until you piss me off, but like in general, nice person, right? And so it's hard for me to see these people, you know, when they say things like that. But I told Brandon, it's been a beautiful opportunity for reflection for me because I've worked so hard in my business and so hard on my shows, and I've been asking for them to become a household name. I've been working towards that. And so I know that with that comes things like this. So I've had to ask myself this week, is this really what you want? And so really the opportunity here for growth has been fantastic for me. Is it kind of upsetting to see people spout off about stuff they don't know? A little bit, yeah. But you know,
I think you should feed into it. I think your next video should be your entire family in assembly line formation, just completely monotone, and the person takes a grocery, hands it to the first person, they just go, "Thank you."
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay,
you.
It's happening. It's
Thank
happening.
You. And just
I'm
the
gonna tell my
entire way
husband.
to the house. Yeah.
Can I add to this? Can I add?
Yes.
Yeah, and then Suze, go ahead, Suze.
I just had a question for Jessica about being a mom. Because, you know, I think it was a week or two I was on the show, and actually, by the way, guys, Brandon and Gavin, I just have to say I watched the last episode on the Morning Brew, and I just want to say thank you because you were sending me so much love, because I was having some cyber trolling myself. And it wasn't actually a stranger. It wasn't my followers on this instance, although I've had plenty of that. I'm pretty well scored in that. But this was actually someone I'd met, so it felt really painful. And it really took me into a bad place. So as a mom, like, how do you talk your son through that? And how did your son deal with it? You know, was you know, I'm curious, like, because kids, particularly if they're teenagers, I don't know how old your son is, but it's all about image and being cool. And if you get your image dissed by, you know, publicly, I would imagine that's quite impacting. So I'm just curious how you handle that.
So a couple things we had a conversation. We looked through, I showed him, I did not hide what was on there. And he's on TikTok anyway. So he was going to see it whether I showed him or not. So I decided to just be open about this whole thing. And we had, first of all, a conversation about, we looked through and saw people that we know that know us personally, that were laughing, thought it was funny, like know him and his character and who he is. And that they clearly, because they would have also called us out. They're good enough friends to where they would have said, if we were actually rude, they would have said, you know, Jessica, you should probably take that down. You know, they would have said that because those are the kind of people that I have around us. And the other thing we did, and this is how you can tell I'm a homeschool mom. So the other resounding comment on this TikTok was that we are bad tippers, that he was waiting for a tip. So what I had my daughter do yesterday, we actually had a math lesson. So I had my daughter go Google what the average tip is, and it said 15 to 20%, right? That's what you should tip people. So I pulled up for her my last 3 Grubhub orders and my last 3 Instacart orders, and I had her take the total and figure out the percentage that I tipped. And so then they knew these are people that are talking about stuff they don't know. Correct. And so we had a math lesson. That's what we did.
But that's exactly like we were just saying about Pat channels. It's taking a negative and turning it into a positive. And like you said, the minute you get haters, you know you're doing something right. And I think in the generation we have today, a lot of people know they can hide behind a computer and just say like what they think is okay. And so there's people that troll just because of that. And I think you taking your kids, and I think that's a phenomenal example for parents to think about, is look at what the negative was and you turned it and said, here, let's look at what we can show that's the truth. And that's all you asked them to do. You didn't get mad. You got annoyed, and we like I would. Because I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, do you like going live? I hate being live. I've never done a live until I started doing it with Gavin and them. And that because people are trolls. People are mean. And I didn't want to deal with the backlash of that. And then one day I had to look inside myself, just like you did with the kids. Yeah. And you have to be like, what's the truth? Who are you? And when you put that on the internet, let the trolls run their mouth. Because the truth is, I love what the Dugas family does. I think it's absolutely amazing. And I got you an award.
Oh, God. Oh my God, it's a Care Bear.
Here's the best part, Jessica. If you push
Aw.
the stomach,
Stop. Stop it right now.
I saw this. I had to get this. There's like 7 more I found out. So guess what? I'm going to go back and get a few more for everybody and mail them to everybody. That way we all have a Care Bear in the back because we're spreading joy, positivity. There's the angry Care Bear one, and I don't know who I want to give that to, but
Please
I
give
really...
it to my son, Sky.
Deal.
I'm telling, because that's what he is. And that whole thing was hilarious because that's exactly how he is. He's like the angry Care Bear. He does so good. He does so much good, but he's just so like.
He's just a little ball of teen angst.
He is. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, God, do you guys? That's what I think about too. Do you remember how we were as teenagers? Come on, like.
Well, you say like he's so good, but he's full of teen. So I just imagine him outside, just like maliciously mowing the lawn or like very aggressively scrubbing the dishes. Like, oh, my mother's gonna appreciate this so much. Rage.
I have so many questions running through my head with that, Gavin. What kind of kid were you? I did not wash the dishes when I was in trouble.
Oh, I was a very disturbed child growing
So
up.
far,
But
not
it was
surprised.
very internal. It was very internal. I found like because I had to write like self-biographies growing up for class. One of them I did for fun in like I think like the 3rd grade, and another one in I want to say the 6th grade I had to do for a class. And I read through them, and some of the comments that I put in there was like, God damn, I was dark. Like I was a disturbed little kid. I'm surprised I wasn't like ripping the head off small animals and stuff. Sometimes like there's some dark things in there. But on the outside, I was just like, oh yeah, I just want to play Guitar Hero and climb trees with my friends. And then on the inside, I'm like, I was having existential crisis when I was like when I was probably in like the 2nd grade. I was talking to Crystal about this last night. We had a 2-hour car drive that we were doing for my producer's house. I was working on music last night. We're driving home and I'm talking about this. I was like, yeah, I'd be like in the 2nd grade using the bathroom. And I was thinking to myself, like, what if this isn't really reality? What if like I'm in like a simulation or a coma or I'm all drugged up right now and I'm really pissing on somebody right now? This is insane. Yeah, this is what I would think in like the 2nd grade. And then I come back after a minute of thinking, I'll be all like, you know what? Either that's true and I haven't gotten in trouble for it yet and I'm just going to enjoy this simulation, or it's not true and I can continue living my life normally. Yeah, I was a messed up little kid mentally. Like,
How about you, Brandon?
And look
How
at
about
you now.
I know.
Yeah,
now I'm a messed up adult.
So one of my questions was going to be, what was something you did as a kid that would, oh my God, I'm sorry. This is awesome. If you did that, I would wear that in a heartbeat. I didn't even catch it. What was something you did that, first off, it's April Fool's Day. Have you ever played an April Fool's prank or had one played on you? What was it? Brett, you start. Go.
Jeez, I can't remember any practical jokes for that. I'm too old to remember that. The only thing I remember is that when I was a kid, I got in trouble for pissing my name on a wall.
That's some accuracy.
I mean, that's what little elephants do. They use their trunk to write their name on the wall.
Jessica, you have how many boys?
I have 2 boys.
So how many of them now you get snow where you're at, right? Like, did you get snow the last few days?
We don't get snow right now, but we were snowed in a few weeks ago.
We woke up this morning to snow here in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
So needless to say, we weren't happy, but
Yeah.
have any of your boys been trying to pee their name in and write their name? Because I started that at a young age. That's how I got potty trained.
No, but we should, because I mean, I'm just thinking of all the things we should be doing based on.
I'm just
going to make a list.
That's quite a bladder
Boys, you're
capacity.
not living up to your potential here.
Yeah.
So, all right, Brett doesn't have
really
a
hard. You know, I did that in the snow too, and my mom found out about it, and I tried to say, no, it wasn't me, but it said
What
Brett.
do you mean it wasn't you? It must have been the dog. Like, what?
Don't underestimate the power of your dog knowing cursive. Like, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's the question that I have. Was it cursive or was it print?
Well,
No,
I was good at stopping. It was printing.
It was all right.
You had to stop. Never
You
mind.
didn't feed your dog that morning, and it just peed.
Great prostate control. Just
Great pressure control. He's
yeah.
also a firefighter in his spare time.
Yeah.
Jessica Dugas, what is your best April Fool's joke that you've either played or played on somebody?
My house is an April Fool's joke. They prank me all the time, and because I'm a gullible person, and they know this, and so the one thing that they do all the time is they put hair ties around the sprayer on the sink. So when I go to turn the water on, it sprays me in the face. And I don't like that one very much. And now, but it happens so often that my 4-year-old, like when she does something wrong, she just says like, I'm sorry, I tried to prank you, mommy. Like she uses the word prank for everything. So that'll tell you, that's a telling sign right there.
Are you going to pull any pranks on your kids today? Can I help? And we TikTok the whole thing. I'm so creative. Oh my God.
Come up with something good for me, because I'm a person, I always think of things after, like the day passes and I'm like, man, I should have did that yesterday. So. Oh,
I'm going to start thinking right now. I'm going to come.
Thank you.
18 kids. So we're signing them all up to play football. That way you have a football team. We're going to start with that. Suze, I just came up with a great idea. I got to see if I can do it. Well, Suze, tell me about your April 1st and if you've ever had a prank pulled on you or you pulled a great prank on anybody.
We used to do things when I was a kid, like around 12, where we would maybe swap the neighbors' gardens over. So we would put all the plant pots, like basically just completely put them in the other garden, so they would wake up a bit confused. It was really around confusing people. So with my parents, we used to turn all the clocks to different times, or we'd put the clock forward an hour or back an hour, so when they woke up they thought we were late for school and all this kind of thing, and then everyone's running around like crazy and getting to school, and we're actually early and this kind of thing. But I don't think anything was more than that. We should start doing it though. We should start doing it.
Like,
the thing we used to do that we love, right? We had this thing called toast in the post. I don't think you can legally do it now. So you would toast your bread, and then you would wrap it in cling film, and under the cling film you would put the name and address of your friend and a stamp, and then you would put it in the letterbox. And it was toast in the post. And then we would try and up the stakes, so we would add like butter and Marmite to it and just see what we could get away with. It all used to get there, but now I don't think it would. You wouldn't get away with
I'm having this whole moment now because we call it we more likely call it mail here than post. So I'm thinking, what could we send that would rhyme? Like pail in the mail, or I don't know. Like I'm having a whole moment here with this.
So
kale in the mail. You can send some really healthy kale.
Kale in the mail.
Kale in the mail. Yes.
I like that. Well, did you guys know it is legally
or
allowed?
mail in the mail? You could send men like.
She's tried mailing me many times. It doesn't work. They cost too much. They make me get on the scale, and all of us are embarrassed. Jessica, so a random thought: if you want to play a prank on your kids, are they at school today?
No, we homeschool. You know that.
I do know that. Damn it. Well, that totally changed because you needed to have a setup for like 10 minutes with your kids. I was going to have you have like some luggage out and then send you a fake eviction notice and have your oldest kids start packing everything up.
Don't do that. We just bought our house.
Okay, that failed. Don't worry, I'll come up with something else.
We're all traumatized already from the last people we rented from.
Traumatizing children.
I'm like blown away though though, because you guys make me feel like I was this troubled kid, and now I wonder why my mom called me the devil. I literally think I am. You guys are like, oh, I moved the plants. Oh, we just play pranks on each other. Gavin, oh yeah, I cleaned my parents' bedroom because I was such a bad kid. I'm sitting here going, man, I remember pissing off my mom. She threw a lit candle at my head, and then she turns around and I go outside to try to like help her out by being a 9, 10, 11-year-old, something young. Her tire was flat, so I took her car, and I thought that the D was for like do not go that way or something. I don't know. Needless to say, the neighbor had to run out and save the car because it kept rolling. And that's just one story of where my parents wanted to send me away to boarding school.
And you're still doing it because y'all, his first TikTok, he showed his mom on there singing in his Care Bear onesie. He made up a song. Oh, you guys have you any of you seen it?
No, I don't do TikTok. I've avoided that rabbit hole at all costs.
Let me help you.
So while Jessica pulls that up, my favorite April Fool's prank was on a teacher in 5th grade. What we did is he had all these figurines, okay, like Barney Rubble, Fred Flintstone, dinosaurs, and we took them. And we took little pieces of duct tape, taped them up, duct taped it over their mouth, and then sent him pictures. We had them printed out. That's how old I am, just so everybody knows. We had them printed out and then literally like put on his desk with a letter. And it said, hey, I hear it already. We literally sent him a note saying we want $10 bajillion or your day off of school. Now the school, because I was 8th grade, that's right. The school had fun with us and took the entire class. And each class, they took the lesson and made us learn something on a scavenger hunt. And at the end of the day, we found the money that they promised us. They put a bunch of 100 grands, like the candy bar, in suitcases. So they played the joke on us, and we gave him his toys back. So it was a great good April Fool's. So
I like that.
All right, Jessica, go ahead. Show my classic.
Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. I am here as a Care Bear. I know that I'm so weird. I love you, Mom. How are you doing today? Hello, Mother. Hello, Father.
Your poor mom. I mean, just sitting there, an innocent bystander. And
do you want to speak to my mom? She's watching the show downstairs.
Hi, Mom.
I literally said she's more than welcome to come up and pick on me. And I know she won't. That's why. Like, if she does, you guys will. Oh my God, I will get her laughing. And if I get my mom laughing, all you have to do is wait, and she will start cackling, and then it's over.
Does she snort when she laughs?
Yep, I can get my mom. I can get to laugh in such a way that she just won't stop it. I love making her laugh. She can. If I ever decided to do stand-up comedy, my mom needs to be in the audience just because she'll get everybody else laughing. Is that my favorite human, Phil? Hi, buddy!
They're all saying hi.
What's going on, Phil?
How you doing?
Phil, you're an amazing man. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Listen, I'm doing real good. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. I am glad you're here. Thank you for being such an amazing husband to this woman. She is following her dream, and I hear you in the background talk to her at times saying, go do you. You're doing amazing things. You are an amazing husband, Phil, and thank you for being a great example for all men. Thank you.
I try, man. I just do what I can do, you know?
That's all we can do. And you're killing it, buddy. Has she kissed you and said my name again yet?
I don't know, man. I'm ready to do a Care Bear stare right now, man.
Which Care Bear would you be, buddy?
Oh, Love Bear, I guess.
The Love Bear. You would be the Grumpy Bear.
I don't know if I was grumpy. I just don't like trolls.
I agree.
You know why? You know why there's trolls?
Why?
Because they ain't got no friends.
It's sad.
So they just sad, and you got to give them love too.
You do. We gotta. That's what. So with them picking on you, Gavin came up with the idea of having your kids line up, and when the food gets delivered, they pass it down, and you make a video of everybody saying thank you. My request
Really
to add to that.
monotone.
Yeah,
Really
you have to say,
monotone.
like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I want to twist that. And can you guys do a Von Trapp family thing? And have it
Oh, you gave me the best idea.
Dang
We're
it.
ordering food later.
No, what we're gonna do? We're gonna get a bunch of dollar bills, and I'm gonna have my kids out there and say, "Dance for me." And then we'll do a TikTok. And actually, I hit 120.
I think that's good. Have the youngest one going like that. That way
Just
it
like
really
that.
pisses off the fans.
You know, and get them
I
twerking.
love it. I love it.
And then you can have that song, the twerk song going, like they have on TikTok.
Oh my God, please.
Oh my God,
Yada,
this is
yada,
gonna get
yada,
great.
yada.
Okay, I gotta go, though. I gotta go, guys. Let's get
Bye.
Phil, thank you, buddy. Have a
Yeah,
great
bro.
day.
Yeah.
Oh, Jessica, I love your husband. He's
How do
such
I-
a good guy.
Bye. How do I do this?
How? Just the way we're doing it. I love it. And then I'm looking at all the comments. These are great. I'll be the Don't Care Bear. I love it. That was a
Justin,
great
dude,
name.
for I got a joke or a prank that you could play on your kids. It's a slow burning one though. I was never one for like a straight up punchline kind of thing. Just because I was a very small kid growing up, and so I played a lot of psychological games on people because that was like my strong suit. That's where my strength lied. And I remember in probably the 7th grade, there was a student. He was athletic, he was popular, he was handsome, he was also a dick. I would play this weird psychological prank for probably an entire quarter, maybe even the last semester of school. Made him just end up crying eventually, and I had to stop. I just had this breakdown, and what I did is we had our desks. There were these huge tables in our science lab. At the end of the day, we would take our chairs and flip them upside down, bar style, and put them on the top of the table. That's how we just ended the day. Well, I sat right here, and he sat diagonally from me. And every day, like clockwork, he would get up and he'd go to the bathroom during class. And so I just started flipping his chair up and putting it upside down like we do at the end of the day. I did this every single day for weeks, and I started to get cocky with it. And so he would get up to sharpen his pencil, and like a ninja, I'd just go, and I'd flip the chair, and I'd sit back down, and he'd turn around, and the whole class would on. Nobody would say a thing, and the teacher didn't care. So, and he'd turn around, and his chair would be flipped up, and he'd be so confused. And then he'd get up to turn the paper. It got so bad to the point, and it was a big classroom too. Like from where we were sitting to the front of the classroom was probably a good 15 yards. So it was quite a distance. And it got so bad to the point where he would walk backwards to turn in papers, to stare at his desk and make sure that it was there.
Moonwalk?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like he was just
checking.
like, just walking backwards, making sure he doesn't run into anything. And he turned around, and he finally, as soon as he turned around and put the paper on the desk, I knew the teacher would talk to him for a second because they were close. And as soon as they start talking, I flipped the chair again really quick.
You
Trust me, just the slow burn. Because at
Jessica,
first it's just
I got
it's
this
just
for
a
you.
tap.
I
And then
got
you
this
just
for you,
keep
Jeff.
tapping, and it drives them crazy. That's what you got to do. Like you got to take your kids' beds, and every time they go to school, just flip one of them upside down. Just flip the mattress upside down.
They're
That's what you gotta do.
homeschooled.
Fine, it doesn't matter. When they go to the bathroom, just do something.
So, Jessica, your mission for the day is to basically trash your house and keep flipping things over because the kids are not going to know why. Because
Yeah.
when you have 75 kids, it makes it really difficult to flip that many chairs over all day.
Well, you can even do something small. Like you could just take the pillows at the head of the bed and put them at the foot of the bed. Just do that. Just something really small where they look at it, they're like, oh, that's weird. And then
Or
just
like
do
when
that.
when you go to
every
make
day.
their food, instead of putting food down, you put Care Bears on plates and stuff, and you say, "Eat up, everybody," and just look
There
at
you
them
go.
like weirdly when they don't know what it is, and just be like,
I love that.
Care Bears.
I love how we're coming up with ideas to prank children just so you guys understand. Like,
You could take a bowl of Skittles and put like just like 10 M&Ms in there.
no, you got to take a bag of Skittles, Reese's Pieces, M&Ms, and just open all three and spin it in there, and then let it go, and then you're gonna watch the nightmares happen.
That would be a nightmare for Jessica. She'll have all these
yeah.
children high on sugar that she won't be able to control for the
And
next 3
Easter is Sunday. I've already expected it for Sunday, so it's like
That's true. Do you guys do Peeps?
We don't because they have gelatin in them.
Oh, I have no rebuttal.
We make our own peeps.
Oh, are you vegetarian?
We're vegan, yeah.
Okay, I was trying to think. I was like, is there a gelatin? Is that the newest like fad allergy? You know that there was peanuts and
No,
then
we have
now it's gelatin. Like
we have a laundry list of allergies in this house, so it's easier to just like we just do it. And it was
just
hard at first. But, yeah, pretty much. We go stand out in the sun. That's what we eat. So, and we eat grass.
Nice.
I mean, that's how they cut their grass. It keeps it nice and short the whole time.
You already know. You already know.
Just your son out there maliciously eating grass.
I have not been able to TikTok about that though, because like I'm waiting for someone to get mad about it, about putting the kids in the yard to mow the grass.
So, Jessica, I did an interview last night with a sleep specialist for kids, and we were talking about different ways to help get kids, especially with special needs like autism and that, to sleep, and working with families, just tips. Here's the thing that's interesting. I learned a lot. Like, apparently you cannot have your kids under a certain age outside doing manual labor. That's like against child labor laws, apparently. You're not allowed to hold a pillow on their head to help them sleep. Like, I learned so many things yesterday, and like, I love kids, but like, I thought I was helping. And my trick is to turn on the heater and then shut the door. That way they get really warm. And then come back 30 minutes later, they're asleep, and I open the door, and it's now the heat's coming out. And then you just rotate the door. I learned the math on this to where I could get a kid to sleep for 4 hours for a nap. It's really good. If you don't,
I also heard that works with a car exhaust in a garage.
Oh my God, no! You can't let the kid play with the car exhaust in the garage. That's like, here, let's just give you a pack of knives and say, hey, learn how to juggle.
Well, we're gone, ladies and gentlemen.
How did you learn how to juggle? Yeah.
I think we'll leave Jessica to the parenting.
Yeah, Gavin's bringing out that dark side again.
That was something I told Crystal. I was like, Crystal, sweetie, if we ever have kids, I'm gonna tell you right now, the first 2 years, I'm gonna be absolutely useless. I'm wonderful with like people. I'm great with teenagers. I'm great with little kids. I'm great with toddlers. When it comes to babies, I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how to hold them. I don't know how hard you're supposed to shake them.
They
I'm
don't
not sure what you're
talk
supposed
back.
to do.
They don't talk back at that age. Cherish the moment.
And if you teach them how to talk, that's your own fault. Okay.
I can't wait to teach them.
Just never
how to
talk to them, so they never learn to speak, and then you'll have a nice fight.
I just would speak in sign language to them. That way the kid doesn't know. Like
that apparently is a great idea to learn sign language, because babies and children, that are really young, they get very frustrated because they're trying to communicate with us, and they're thinking like, why don't they understand what I need? And so by learning the sign language, you can communicate with your little one earlier on. I actually love that idea. We should all start learning sign language here.
So one of my best friends in the world is her ex-husband was deaf, and they have 2 kids, 2 young teenage girls. One's a junior, one's a freshman, and I've known them since they were 2 years old and newborn. And they're deaf, and when I see them, all we do is sign language. And you'll see, when I say I could go 7 days without talking, you just got to get me around a lot of deaf people because I can sign the whole time. And I don't talk at all, for real. It's like a completely different Brandon. But I asked the 2 little girls, McKenna and Kaylee, I said, would you be wanting to teach people how to use sign language? That way you're learning from kids, and it's more entertaining, and it's fun. And their mom is a sign language teacher, so they said this would be a fun thing. So we're gonna have them on the show one day, and we're gonna learn a bunch of signs and have some fun. So if anybody has a sign they'd like to learn, don't hesitate to message us and say, hey, I'd like to learn how to say bullshit in sign language, just so you know. It's super easy. Like, it's just boom, like that.
I don't know why. The first word that came to mind for me was apparatus. What's the sign for that, Brandon?
Oh, that's funny. I don't know that one. So right now, everybody's kind of just playing around in the comments. Suze, I see your comment. Add some comments to see if the audience.
Comments, so I really want to know who's there.
There are.
Yeah.
We have Tokyo Bento, which is very exciting, and Son of the Sea, and
Stuart Lone Wolf,
Holloway.
Bridget
Yeah,
Kistler.
Bridget.
We have some people. Guys, do us a sign. And
Good regulars.
I don't.
Kawabunga-san.
Cowabunga would be this, or it would be that, because he does
Oh,
it right
geez.
There
Or
you
you
go.
have to remember watching Meet the Parents, where it was, I got to poop.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Do you want to know the action?
That's what
So-
I remember when you talk about sign language for
You a
kids.
pot smoker, fucker?
With
I got
my
nipples.
weed-
Can you milk me?
Oh my God. So we, Jessica Dugas, what are you going to do the rest of the day with your kids? How is school going? Because you have all ages. You have like a 17-year-old to a 4-year-old, if I'm correct.
Close. I have a 19-year-old to a 4-year-old. My man child is going to be 20 this year, and I'm in denial.
Nice.
Wow.
And are these all your children? How many children do
They
you
are all
have?
my children. I have 6, and they are 4, 6, 11, 13, 15, and 19.
Wow.
And the 19-year-old is named Gavin, right?
No, it is not Gavin.
21 for the record.
Yeah, so my oldest is he has his own business where he makes games for people within. Do you guys know D&D, right? The Dungeons and Dragons. He makes games for people within the game. Like that's what he does for his business.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So
that.
because he graduated last year, and then we're in the middle of this nonsense of a world right now with everything, and I wasn't in a rush to be like, go work at McDonald's, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't in a rush to tell him to go out and get a job somewhere else when he had all these dreams. So I'm like, listen, you're fine, go work it out, figure it out. And it's been cool to kind of give him the space to explore, because I remember when I was that age feeling so much pressure of like, figure out what you want to do with your life right now kind of thing. And you know, in a way, it's almost a little more pressure because he's like, what do I do? Where do I go? Like, what am I supposed to do here? And we've talked about that, but I think he'll look back and be like, hey, I had that time to figure it out and figure out what I'm good at and what I want to do. Because with him, and they're all so different, but with him, he was never, even before when he was in public school was not his thing. Like he's not a book test taking kind of person. And so we really struggled so much to even get through the school years with him. And so then it was like, hey, you're smart, you can do it, just go do what you want to do. And he's figuring it out. And I kind of, you know, it's cool to see him do that. Whereas some of the other ones are like, I want to go to college and I want to do this and I want, you know, so we'll see. It's going to be interesting to watch the direction that they all go, because it's just fun.
It worked out.
Well,
It worked out for Richard Branson.
Yeah.
I mean, he bunked out of school, and I don't know if you've read Richard Branson's book, but I love how it started out. It started out, he was a student in London, and his mom would let him and his friends, they would camp in this flat in Edgware Road, and they had a student magazine, and they would call a bank and they would try and sell a page in their student magazine for £10. And then they would call another bank and say, that one's offered us £10, even if they hadn't, to try and get a page. They used to call all kinds of people to get things, and they used to kind of wing it. And I think that's what I love, that kind of bravery. But I love the fact that the parents were behind it, because that was his first entrepreneurial gig, was doing a student magazine, you know, and learning to pick up the phone and call people. And I don't know if you use this word in America, blag, but, you know, blag your way. Do you use that word?
No.
I don't know what a blag is. What's a blag?
Okay, so like, for example, if I were going to blag my way around London, like I might be able to get into all the best bars for free, or you know, I can't explain it. It's kind of
like networking in a sense.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's not conning, but it's kind of getting away with things. You know, you blag your way.
It's kind of like BS in your way in.
Yes,
You- yeah,
BSing your way. That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I got you.
Exactly. Yeah, blagging. You make it up as you go along, and you do what you need to do to
Yeah.
speak to who you need to, and this kind of thing. But I love hearing that that not kids, but 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds are setting their own channels up and things. I saw a guy the other day, and he said 5 years ago, it was just a very basic vlog on YouTube. And he said 5 years ago, in 5 years time, I am going to be a millionaire, and I'm going to have, not a millionaire. He said, I'm going to have a million followers or a million views on YouTube. 5 years later, oh my goodness, he's got an insane amount of millions, and he's making a huge living from it, and he's just having fun. He's literally just having fun.
You have to speak it into existence. I spoke about this the
Right.
other day. Your tongue is a huge vessel for what you are in building your own self. And we don't realize how much our tongue, that muscle, creates things. And yet, no matter what religion you look into, they all talk about how much your tongue plays a role in your life. Shut up, Gavin. I saw you smiling over there with a smirk of ready to make a comment.
No, I was doing this.
Oh yeah, he can do that. I can't. That's why he does. He's like, look, I can go, and his tongue has like 18 curves in it. So
Okay,
really,
Exactly 18. He counted them.
I did. We were at breakfast the other day, and Gavin's like, watch this, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3. So this is a new
I'm
show.
engaged.
Sorry, I just didn't expect that one. So the new show we're going to be doing, this is going to be Java Delight. It's in the morning. It's starting your day with a positive way. It's starting your day in a good momentum. This has been something that I know Jessica has very much on her heart. So I'm going to swing over to Brett really quick and talk about what Brett brings into the show and what he's going to be bringing in on Mondays. You're coming in, correct, Brett?
Right. On Mondays, I work with entrepreneurs, individuals, and businesses to really try to bring out the best in people and in leaders and in teams. And what Brandon and I have actually been doing is putting together these videos based on bringing out the superpowers of superheroes, supervillains, or characters within movies, and bringing them to light. So what we'll do on like a Monday is actually interact with the audience, talk about things that will help to bring about the best in you. And remember that, the very first team that you have to lead is me, myself, and I. So that's what we'll focus on. And then we'll talk about maybe a little bit of an intro of a movie, the review that will drop a villain or a hero, but really about the superpowers and how those superpowers are all the tools that we have within ourselves. And then later in the week, we'll actually do an interactive show based on people watching that or watching the movie, so that we can actually bring out other people's views and talk about them in the reality of what's happening today. And that's really what we're trying to do, is be able to use the examples from movies, and most of them are so far Disney movies, DC comic movies, other types of movies that really have messages behind them and the characters behind them. So we're going to try to work with that and really bring it to people's attention, so that, as I was talking with Brandon the other day, and I love going to Disneyland. The only thing would be better is if Disneyland didn't have all the kids there. Then I would really enjoy it a lot more. So what I want to be able to do, and what we're doing with this, is actually being able to bring kind of the Disney spirit to an adult level with a message that we can use as tools to be able to deal with life's challenges and life's opportunities, so that we build a toolkit for people. Because it's really a lot of the frustration, a lot of the challenges that people have are due to the fact that they only have a limited number of tools to deal with the challenges of life. So the more tools we can give people, the more opportunity they have to be able to deal with things in a healthy way. And then be able to teach others or use those in their business or their teams or whatever to be able to help their teams to grow as well. And that's what we're doing.
I absolutely. Hey, my computer just stopped moving. I absolutely love it. Like for real, I think what you've been doing with this is astonishing. Every episode you and I talk, there's a new tool of things that are around your house to be able to help you build your best team. So on Mondays, we're going to make sure we take our leadership style, we start our week correctly, and we build it the right way. Next up, Miss Jessica Dugas has her breakthrough show, and she has her Project Joy on Monday mornings. Miss Dugas, tell us a little bit about you.
So Monday morning, as you mentioned, I have my Project Joy live, which is a really good opportunity to start your week on a light note, on a good note, making us laugh, making us smile, all of that. And that kind of evolved from a podcast I did in 2020 that was Project Joy podcast that where every single week during 2020, I talked about a different area of our life that we can find joy if we choose to find it. And we talked about everything from finding joy in grief to getting fired to losing your home to all of these different ways that we can find joy if we want to see it, even in the darkest of times. And then look what happened in 2020. It was something that we needed. And so I'm really proud of that show. And we decided to move it to a live show on Monday mornings now where everybody can chime in, jump on the live and share what's bringing them joy or gratitude for the day. So that's Monday morning at 7 a.m. Central Time. And then Fridays at 12 p.m. Central Time is my baby, the Breakthrough Show, which is the daytime talk show inspiring you to change the way you look at and live your life through inspirational stories and entertainment. We have interviews, we have music, we have cooking, we have lots of fun stuff. And it's about looking at those breakthrough moments that we have in our lives and how we move forward from that. How do we actually take that moment and use it for good and moving on in the future? So I hope to jump on this show once in a while and share a little bit about joy and a little bit about creating that if you're missing that in your life.
I love it. I love it. I love you. I love Bill. I love Gavin. Like let's just do this for a second. How you feeling, buddy? Oh, my bad. You're not there. But you're doing amazing things. And I love what you're doing, Jessica. Monday mornings. I know who's writing comments when I see how many go up. Jessica, keep doing amazing things, and I'm gonna come up with something for you today. I'm gonna come up with some kind of prank for your kids, and that's mainly just to keep the fun going. And I look forward to it. And maybe I have to do something to my mom and my family just because of the fact that it's April Fool's Day, and it'd be a great TikTok, the Care Bear stare my mom until she gets annoyed. I don't know, something. But Jessica, thank you for being an amazing mom, amazing person, and coming on here and doing such great things. I know you've got to get ready for your next thing. So
yes, thank you for letting me be a part of this. It really means a lot for me to be around other people who are also just being that one little pebble in the water that creates the ripple effect. And that's what I love to see.
I love it. I love it. And Jessica, you are helping with that. So we're honored you're here as well. Have a great day. I see you. I love you.
Bye, guys.
And I'm going to send this out right away. All right. This is going to the post office today. Jessica Dugas gets the first Care Bear. And I love it. Britt Brad's up this morning saying hello. And you're getting all the good to have a beautiful day, Jessica. And then Tokyo Beno's like, hey, I live by Disney. And I'm like, hey, Brett, we have an excuse to go to Disney now. Yeah. So I love it. Jessica, you have a great day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So, Suze, you're up next, hon. How are you? Tell us a little bit about Miss Suze and what Suze will be doing with the morning show.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brandon. So, Wednesdays, we're going to be having the Suze Show, and the Suze Show. What I would love to do, the people that I'm going to be bringing in to interview, are people that are artists, musicians, creatives, cabaret performers, burlesque dancers, whatever it is. A lot of people, because of the lockdown, have been out of a job. They haven't been able to do their usual gigs out in public. And so I really want to shine a light on my guests and shine a light on the work that they do. And hopefully if you like the guests and the work that they do and what they have to offer as entertainers, and they bring light to your day, then I want to invite you to get on board and support them. So a lot of artists are on platforms like Patreon, and that's how they are making their money during this lockdown. And for those that haven't discovered those kind of platforms, I also want to be a supporter for them and help them to get on these platforms so that we can help all the artists, musicians, and creators in the world right now maintain a really good, steady income from doing the things that they love. So I'm going to be interviewing hopefully some really cool guests on the show for you to entertain you every Wednesday.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. We're going to be getting creative with Suze during what are we calling it? This is Suze or Suze's Susan?
No, it's the Suze show.
The Suze show. I love it. So she's going to be bringing us creativity. Brett is going to be bringing us Monday morning motivations to help you build your best you. Addicted to the Suze show already. Thank you for Suze being Suze. Suze let the cat out like a light. I love it. Suze, you're getting amazing love over in the comments, just in case you don't know.
I love my cat. My cat's called Marvin, everyone. He's
Marvin.
He is
Marvin is. Now, wait, really quick. What is your temperature there? Because your back door is open.
No, it's actually a little bit shut. Well, there's sun outside, but it's still April, so it's spring. I went for a swim in the sea this morning, so it's chilly, but yeah. But inside my apartment, it's really cool. Like it's I still might put the heater on at night. So in a month's time, we're going to be in full summer heat. And it's going to be good. Yes.
Like so many questions here. Like, so first thing I want to do is, guys, I want to show you a special talent of Miss Suze over here. She created a song for everybody. And why is it not playing? Minimize. I can't get it to play.
Do you want me to do it? I can.
You might have to, because it's not letting me hit anything. I'm trying to find the right.
Are you pressing the play button?
There you go. Can you hear it now?
No.
Nope.
No.
Suze has got a great talent of creating silence. That is definitely not my talent.
Suze is like, I got you guys. Gavin's waving in the background, like, hey, let me back in. And I'm like,
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
You missed us having a full conversation.
No, I didn't. I was on my phone. You saw me comment. I was still here.
Okay. Do you want me to find it?
I do, because this is not letting it's not.
I will do that for you. Give me 1 second. I have
while
one
you're doing that,
they're all in a big mess, so we can find it. Like,
Hey,
has anyone got an iMac and thinks that the search button on it is just not so great? Okay, Gavin, we're in a rush to find who's the first person to find it. Here we go.
I know.
Okay.
I'm watching you guys anxiously. It's fun.
Can you hear it?
Okay, I'm gonna play it now. I'm gonna play it now. Let me know if you can hear it.
Go ahead.
Can you hear it?
There it is.
Good morning. Good morning. Never the light will uplift you. Stay tuned. The show is about to begin. Grab your coffee. Stay tuned. This show is about to begin.
And Suze did all of that just to be able to have a good morning show thing. And you can see I tried to have it, and I've hit all the wrong buttons. And even when I try to share it again, it doesn't want to work. But Suze, that is absolutely awesome. She did that on her own. Suze, the creative, is
not completely on my own with the producer, but I was giving him all the requests that we had from the team and putting it together. So we've got some crunching toast sounds and some coffee percolating and some birds going and some yawning. So it's our little morning intro track for the new breakfast show.
Love it.
I love it. I love it. It won't be open until May. So I have a question. How cold is it there that you went swimming in a lake this morning?
It was like, it's warm. The water is, it's actually not as cold as I was expecting. There was one jelly, because we get jellies in Malta. So yeah, so there was one. So I'm like, you go your way, I'll go mine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have this spot it's only 5 minutes from my place to the sea, and I have this spot that is turquoise, and you can see your whole skin in the water. It's absolutely beautiful. So I was absolutely delighted. That was the thing that lifted my mood a bit today, I have to say.
Remember when I took a trip to Belize a few years ago, and we were swimming in one area, and the whole bottom of the of where we were swimming in the ocean was all this plant life, and I thought it was so beautiful. And I dived down further to get closer to it, and when I came up, I saw I accidentally kicked one of them up, one of these plants, and then it flipped over and started swimming away, and that's when I realized the entire floor was jellyfish.
Oh,
yeah.
Boy.
Careful, yeah.
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 I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments.
No, you're good.
What's he saying? Brandon gone wild up the right got to me. In a good way.
I was bouncing. Well, Suze, all of a sudden, I'm watching her, and you could see the parts that she was having fun with when making it, just because the energy came into her. She's like, she's like all excited. I'm like, I love Suze. Guys, so we have a very, very hidden special guest that's about to pop in, bringing us some positivity. If she gives me a thumbs up and I see it, I will be more than happy to bring her in. But right now she's still setting up, apparently, and I don't want to throw her out, so I'll come back. So, Suze, I want a picture of your lake, just so you know, where you're swimming, because I think this sounds...
It's not a lake.
Oh, it's a what?
It's the sea. It's the Mediterranean Sea.
Hashtag I'm embarrassed.
Well, we want you to get a drone. We want you to get a satellite and take a picture of the entire Mediterranean Sea for us. That's what we want.
Okay, I'll work on that. I'll take my GoPro and do some underwater footage, and I'll try and borrow a drone and sort that out. Yeah, we'll get it sorted.
I love that, the enthusiasm behind that. Thank you for being willing to take one for the team for this. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I would like to introduce you to the one, the only, Miss Stovetop Yum Yum!
Hey guys! Hey guys, how are you?
We are wonderful. How are you? Are you getting excited? Your show's been doing great. You've been putting up some new stuff. You have merch coming out. Guys, Miss Maritza over there is a one-woman wrecking machine. Do not get in her way. She is an inspiration. And then her 13, he turns 13 in a couple weeks, right?
No, he turns 13 on Easter Sunday.
Oh.
I need everybody that's watching to do me a favor, take a video, send it to me that sings happy birthday to Carlito. For real. Just wish Carlito a happy birthday. I will make the video, and on Easter Sunday, I will post it to Maritza's thing, and that way she can have it as well. And everybody we can. He's 13. He's finally old enough to take adult medicine. It's one of these awesome things where I want to help him build his best future, and you guys are amazing at helping build people up. So let's do that and help this 13-year-old have his best birthday ever.
Oh, thank you.
Stovetop, Miss Maritza, tell us what's going on, how you're doing.
I'm doing wonderful. Thank God, I'm doing good, and I'm so excited to be here. And you all know I love you guys very much, and I'm all about the positive. And I love everybody, and I just want you guys to know that my show is all about positivity. I'm actually sharing love through food, and I love everything that I do. I've got my cookbook coming out. It's a little bit extended to the end of May. Right now, I'm working on my own merchandise line, which means it won't be through a third party. I'm designing all the designs, copywriting everything. So Stovetop Yum Yum is officially taken. Nobody can take it. Yay!
That's awesome.
Very proud of you.
Congratulations.
Very proud of you. You're doing some great things. All right, so tell us about Carlito and you show. Like, how are you guys doing? Tell us about what you're up to. This week, what did you guys make together?
We did that little thing that I was working on, like Chopped, for example, based on that particular show, and it was a lot of work that was fun. It was us running through the grocery stores, and he put a little treasure box with the mini brands. And the last one was really tough because he he gave me Heinz 57 sauce and Kool-Aid, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I
That
gonna
was
make with
awesome,
that?
though.
Yeah, but he said, well, Mom, the Kool-Aid is, so you can make a side drink. I said, honey, if you're on Chopped and you make a side drink and give them Kool-Aid, they'll chop you. Trust me. Trust
So
me.
true, because so you're doing this cute thing, and I was telling our audience about it on Sunday evenings. You and Carlito get on, and you guys do a whole thing. Tell us about that, because it's a very interactive one with the fans. It's your live one, and with you coming on during the week, you're coming in on what day? I forget because my schedule is
Mondays.
Yep. Mondays we have you and Brett. Brett does the morning motivation, and you do the cooking. And you're coming in throughout the show to do a whole big thing. I'm looking forward to it. She's going to teach Gavin how to finally cook without butter, and it's going to be amazing.
Soy butter.
Soy butter. That's right. So tell us about
The hell
Carlito.
is soy butter?
For real?
What's that?
Yeah. Is there soy? Is there soy everything now? Is everything soy?
Close, pretty much. You can pretty much find substitutes for that, but I have Gavin a lot of who says eating healthy cannot be delicious? It really can. It really can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The appealing is the eye, like to the eye when you see a cheeseburger versus when you see a spinach souffle. You know what I mean? Brown rice, for example. Excuse me. Brown rice, for example, is so blah for everyone, but throw some fresh garlic in there, and some chicken stock, and oh my God, it's absolutely delicious. So my love for food is second to none, and like I always say, it's always with passion and love. Everything I do in life is with passion and love, and I advise everyone to incorporate that in their life, which is my two main ingredients. With that, you can do anything. And you know what, Brandon? I just I don't know. I feel like crying right now, but I'm not, because I'm so happy. I love my delight. I love sharing it. Excuse me, but I'm very happy to be part of this group, and I love Gavin too. I'm gonna miss him not cooking with me, but he'll be on the show, so I love him very much too. And I see Crystal on here, makes me so happy too.
Yeah.
It's just such a positive thing, you know what I mean? And so what I'm planning on doing also now is I'm starting live cooking with Maritza. You guys would be very proud of me. I have 4 people so far scheduled to cook live with me.
That's
I'm
amazing.
very proud of
Congratulations.
you.
Yeah.
That is great news.
Yeah, so that would be nice too on the side. And I also want to let you guys know that my husband John will be 50 in May. So I have a wonderful vacation planned at the Lowe's Portofino Bay at Universal Orlando.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Fun.
Yeah,
So-
that sounds fantastic.
So yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So since I'll be away, it'll fall on a Monday. I'll be gone. I'm working right now with Universal to see if I can get in the back of one of their delicious Italian restaurants to try to see if I can shoot something live with my GoPro or something, and that can improvise for Mondays. I'm excited. I'm going to be there Monday, even if I'm sitting out by the pool. I mean, not cooking, but
If you don't get permission to go shoot back there, just you and your husband carry a ladder, and you'll be able to get back in there. Supposedly, if you carry a ladder, you can get into anywhere for free.
That one looked dodgy.
Yeah, I'm actually designing a plumbing T-shirt right now. So
there you go. Yeah, just wear a bright yellow construction worker shirt and carry a ladder. Nobody will. If you walk with confidence, nobody will question you.
That's right. And like I always say, go hard or go home.
Yeah.
Yes. So the question to you is, it's April 1st. All right.
Yes.
It's the prank day of the year, and we decided to launch on April 1st so everybody can find their best them. That was the reason for doing the show, is because you're letting go of the fool within inside you, and you're finding the best one. But how about you, and what has been your greatest April Fool's prank?
I told my husband this morning that I was pregnant, and I'm 53. But no, listen, I am a true actress. I really am. I can be a real actress. And he said, what? He said, I said, well, I'm 53. I don't know what to do. I said, what do I do? And he said, my husband literally almost fell to the floor when I told him that. And I told him, I said, well, protection is not 100%. You know what I mean? You got that 0.1. So what do I do? This man started.
Did you have a fake test and everything?
Yes, I almost started to cry. He almost started to cry, and then he's still mad at me when I said April Fool's.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh!
That is. Oh God! I'm so. What are you going to do to Carlito today?
I did it to Carlito this morning as well, and he said, "Wow, I'm going to be a big brother again now." Mom, but you're so old. You're so old, Mom. Before he went to school, and I'm like, I know, honey. He goes, don't worry, Mom. I'll help you raise him or her. Don't even worry,
That's
Mom.
cool.
That's great.
He was so wonderful. Oh,
I love it.
So great, yeah. And so that's what I did this morning, and I can't do it to my brothers because they know it's an April Fool's, so I cannot catch them.
So I think you need to play a good one on Carlito tonight. Is he at school right now, or is he at home?
He's at school.
All right, we need to plan this, guys. We got to plan one good because his birthday's this Sunday and that. Maybe we have something along the lines of like, we have it be, tell him something like he's going to get like a celebrity to sing at his birthday party or something. And then we'll start sending fake TikToks to him, and then it's just Gavin singing. I mean, Gavin's a minor celebrity.
I don't like one to include
like a D-list. Not even.
Oh, Gavin's special. Yeah, Gavin.
That's right.
Yourself, Gavin.
Gavin, you are not a D-list
You're all
celebrity.
A-list.
Yeah. You're my A.
He's such a VR video game kid too that, he oh my God, he loves all that. And just so you guys know, my 23-year-old son came by yesterday, and they got him a desktop gaming computer. I couldn't believe that.
God.
I don't know what I'm gonna have to get him a separate room just for that. I mean, there's so many machines. I don't know what to do.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea. Like, he can have his own room. It's his private time. But I think it needs to be something. That's where you could play with. Design a room and fill it full of pink shit, and then have it be covered in like Care Bears and all this other stuff, and be like, I designed you a game room, and that's his game room.
He's
so sweet. I bet he'd love it.
Yeah, he would. He really would. And he was also, just so you guys know, you should see him, how he dresses and everything for school, like a little man. And he says, Mom, the kids in school say that I smell good. Mom, I'm the best science student in my class. He got student of the month in all of 7th grade. Not to brag about him, but I'm so proud of him,
Time out. I'm going to let you know right now. You always get a moment to brag about your sons, your kids. Uplifting them to the next level is going to be all we are about, and taking each other there, because it takes a village to raise a child. And the thing is, I think a lot of us have disconnected from that village. And I don't have kids, so Carlito I'm Uncle B to him right now, and he can call me anytime. And Gavin I'll give you Gavin's cell phone number for him to call him anytime he wants. But the truth is, uplift him like that, because I remember in school, I always thought I was dumb I hated school. And to hear you giving him that positivity, that positive, like, yes, you do smell good. Man, I never was told I smell good. I always was the one that they were like, here's an extra thing of deodorant. Like, not really.
Well, you want to hear something cruel? I was a very chubby girl in high school, and they used to scream across the hall, "Oh, there comes the big fat whale!" I was very bullied in school, so
That's such a lazy thing. That's such a lazy way to bully somebody.
Yep, I agree. That's they insulted you. Yeah, like remember, so look how much you've done since then. You have a 23-year-old, a 13-year-old, a YouTube network. You kick ass at Walmart's electronic department by selling computers and stuff and knocking people out all day during a pandemic. So they might have called you names back in the day, but you're showing them who you are today. Keep cooking, keep loving your kids, keep loving on them. I love it. Gavin's smiling, laughing at me in the background while Brett's like, "This is Brandon."
But hey, I gotta shout out to Maritza. I rarely cook, but I made your broccoli cauliflower cheddar soup that you did on your show, and I was looking at it and I was like, oh, okay. She made one of these and one of these and one of these. I said, okay, I'm gonna double that. I got 2 gallons of this awesome soup, and I agree. You need to make it with love and care. And me, and this is I'm more of the science guy. So I make it all, I put it all together, I cook it, and that's when I taste it. And I was in a vegan cooking class once, and they're like, did you ever taste it along the way? I'm like, no. I'm like, here's the recipe. I put in these ingredients, I mix it up, and that's how it comes out. And I recognized in the class that I was the only guy in the class. All the women were making the food with this love. And I said, that's the main ingredient. And the one that I didn't have, because I was looking at it more as a science project than a cooking class or a way to put the love into it. Yeah. But I got to admit, the soup turned out absolutely phenomenal. And like I said, now I got 2 gallons of it. I had to actually find another pot in order to make it. It was pretty amazing.
I'm so happy.
My favorite thing of this whole conversation is in 2 minutes, Carlito went from being the science kid that's getting like the best science grade to Brett going, I like science. I took your recipe and I doubled it. Carlito needs to teach us all how to cook better if he's that good at science. Like, we don't double it on that.
Oh, yeah. He actually wanted to
about food too. I've been thinking about how we can go to these habits of, for me it's coffee and things that are stimulants that are not really good for my body. And if you know and do not do, then you do not know. And something that I've been realizing about myself is that I know everything that I should be doing, and then I don't feel like I've been doing it. So one of the things that I was thinking about recently was, what foods could I use that would allow me to concentrate better? What foods, because actually it's just a fuel. So if I want to fuel the best me, because I'm an ENFP, and I don't know if any of you know what an ENFP is, but
no,
we're like the ideas person. We're like, and concentration and efficiency is probably like our backseat driver. So keeping concentration and focused amongst all these fun ideas that we have is really hard. So if the fuel we put into our body is things like sugar and coffee, even though you get, the concentration while you're on it, then you get the low. And then the body's constantly getting high and low, and you end up feeling like you're on a roller coaster. So I was recently thinking, how could I be a better me by supporting myself with the fuel I put in? What could I do to observe the food that I'm having? And also making sure, for example, one of my habits is forgetting to eat, because if I'm really busy, I'll be like, oh my God, it's 4:00 and I haven't had lunch, so actually making sure that I have that, because otherwise I get really grumpy, you get hangry. You use this term in America. Yeah, I get hangry, and then I'm like, you gotta eat something, and that's when you go, oh, I'll just eat some crisps. And this is not the good fuel. So Maritza, what do you what do you encourage? Let's say someone's got a bunch of bad habits that they want to get rid of, and it feels a bit overwhelming to kind of completely change the whole diet. I was talking with Brett last night about this, like, maybe just reducing one thing or shifting one thing. Like what do you do? Or do you just say just go straight healthy?
No, I don't say that, because we're human, and trying to go straight healthy 150% is fine, but we're human. We need to indulge, and we need to, at times, say, for example, I would advise not to always search within yourself first. Search within yourself first, and say to yourself, how am I feeling right now? And then yourself will let you know. You'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised. Use the triangle method, your 4 basic food groups. I use portion control. Portion control is giving yourself a gastric bypass without surgery. I'm not kidding. I'm very serious. I was 300 pounds. I lost 149 pounds in 11 years with portion control. When I was 300 pounds, guys, or when I was being called a whale in high school, I'll let you guys know, it didn't change how I felt about myself. I felt the same way as I feel now. Beautiful, confident, powerful. That did not change, because beauty comes from within. And whether you're young and you don't understand that, always remember that your body's your temple. Take care of it. Take care of your body. And that will motivate you to not forget to eat. That will motivate you to eat healthier vegetables, fruits, and different things, including protein, of course. Gavin may have his way of eating. Diets don't work, guys. I hate the word diet, because diets do not work. With all respect,
diet is die with a T on the end.
Right. They do not work. It's a lifestyle change. So, Sue, search within yourself. Go to your kitchen and search within yourself and say, what's wrong? Why is this, cheeseburger making me feel so down? Why is this? And vegetables and fruits will energize you with protein, and it'll make you feel, with your exercise, kick your endorphins in and just make you happy. I mean, listen, I walked 8 miles a day and did 250 sit-ups for 11 years in 15 minutes before I brushed my teeth. My belly hung down halfway down my thighs, and my belly's almost gone, because you guys have seen me cooking. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. So and just search. Yeah.
I love what you're saying, Maritza, because the truth is, it's so easy for people to go to the fridge and grab I know yesterday my mom and I were wanting a snack, and yes, I live with my parents for a little bit. Leave me alone. I'm okay with being a 37-year-old man. My mom loves me. But my mom and I were snacking, and it was so easy for us to both grab the sweet like nuts and berries and all this stuff, and then we put some chocolate chips in there, and this like snack pack mix that we made ended up being a lot more sugar than we should have, and we both realized like maybe we shouldn't have put that much in there. But it's so easy to do those things. It's so easy to take that. Well, it's for me that it's like, if you're an alcoholic, you don't walk into a bar and only do half a shot and then think everything's going to be okay. You have to be able to set your boundaries for yourself. And for me, I know that sugar is I love sugar. I really do. If I can get my hands on a set of Oreos, an entire sleeve would be gone in about 3 minutes, and that's without milk. With milk, 2 minutes. But like, being able to watch what you eat, eating fruits, eating veggies, eating healthy nuts. Last night on the H, we talked about what you should be eating at night to help you sleep, and coating your stomach, and healthy greens that you can eat at night that actually coat your stomach to help you sleep. And it's amazing how different it is to eat like a pack of Ho-Hos or Oreos and then try to go to bed, to putting your phone down for just an hour, opening up a book, reading for a little bit, and you drink like a smoothie with kale, almond milk, kale, almonds, and some fruit in there. It coats your stomach in such a way that you're falling asleep and feeling great about yourself, and you've let go of the technology in the day. So, Maritza, I love what you're doing with everything with your Carlito. You're teaching us about healthy eating.
Carlito's Carlito actually went to his physical, like I had mentioned to you, and everything was well. But the doctor says he's at risk for pre-diabetes. He's young. He's a teenager. So here's what it is. I'm a type 2 diabetic. I am a recovering type 2 diabetic.
Right.
Correction there. And as I was saying about the food, how did that food that you ate make you feel? Did it make you feel bad to eat a box of Ho-Hos? Probably will make you feel bad. No, seriously, And so that's why I say search within yourself. The next time you go do that, we all make mistakes. How are we going to learn in life if we don't make mistakes?
Yeah.
That's how you learn, right? When I was 14, you don't know this about me, but I'm very transparent. Brandon knows that.
I see you though. You're not transparent. I can see you right there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I have an addiction. I have an addiction that I will have for life, and it's overeating. I'm an overeater. I used to eat boxes of Ho-Hos in high school, the whole entire box, and feel so bad in my belly. It's called bulimia.
Yeah.
I never purged or anything, thank God, but it's bulimia and it's still an illness. I was put in a hospital for 14 days. I started my recovery, and everything changed from then because I realized that I don't live to eat. I'm eating to live.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yep.
So my point, that was my point. You know what I mean? I will eat a Ho-Ho once in a while.
Yes, eat it
But I'm
once
human.
in a while. It's balanced. Like, don't eat the whole box. Only eat one pack. And the whole box is delicious, but the whole box is also a tire on you, and it's something you're going to carry for the next 2 days without even realizing it. And that's the thing. So I'm going to swing over to Brett, and we have 10 minutes left in our first episode. Happy April Fool's Day. Guys, do us a favor, share, like, comment, all that stuff. But the truth is, help us spread the word about letting go of your inner fool, letting go of that fool that you call yourself, that fool that you hate inside you. Let go of it. Now, with 9 minutes left, Mr. Brett Gordon, you're going to lead us off with with a positive affirmations for the day and leading us out.
Okay, well, I'm going to take it just a little bit different than as far as April Fool's Day. For me, I look at April Fool's Day as the opportunity to really celebrate the fool within us, because it's the fool within us that is the imagination. It's the fool within us that brings that childhood and childlike mentality back in front of us. It's the fool that dreams, because if you remember and you watch a lot of shows, they're making fun of that fool that was a kid that then becomes the Bill Gates of today. It is that imagination. It is when we grow up, we're taught not to be the fool anymore. We're taught not to have our dreams. We're taught not to have the imagination, because that's not being a grown-up. Well, screw that crap. I believe in the Peter Pan, the Peter Pan that I'll never grow up. My mother used to yell at my dad, "You never grow up. You're always a kid. You're always playing with the kids." That's phenomenal. Keep that in your life, because it is that brings happiness and joy and laughter in a way that adults oftentimes forget. So to me, April Fool's Day is a day to cherish and to celebrate the fool that's within us, and to launch that fact, recognizing that today is the first day of the rest of my life. So let's set today as the day that you allow your imagination to continue to come out, that laughter and that joy that you feel as a kid. That's how I look at it.
I love it. You ready? Suze, you're up.
Oh, I didn't realize we were taking turns. I was just sitting back and enjoying Brett.
I was watching her face. I
thought you said he had it covered for the next 10 minutes. I was like, all right, I'm just going to put well, I just want to.
April Fool's Day.
April Fools.
Well, I'm just so inspired by the little video we watched today. Sorry, his name's just gone from my brain. All I can think of is
Patch Adams.
Thank you. Where Patch Adams is having his leg amputated or his foot amputated, and I just want to say for myself and to encourage you too, if that was a good wake up call this morning, to keep that image in your mind about someone who is even going through something that most people would see as ruining their entire life. He is completely flipping that script and turning it into a situation where he just sees the positives. So I'm really inspired by that today. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I have been feeling really heartbroken about what's going on in the world. And I would say it has been affecting my day to day. But after looking at stories like that, being around the team today, hearing all the audience and your comments and everything, it just makes me realize that it really is what we put our attention on. And where we put our focus. Are we putting the focus on our life being fun and seeing the beauty and the glory in every moment? Or are we looking at all the negative press? You know, where is our mind going? In the same way that with Maritza, she's saying, you know, it's up to us how we feel with our body and what we pick in terms of food. We can also pick the thoughts and the words. So thank you for the inspiration today. I'm going to make an effort to be more mindful about the thoughts that I pick, and I encourage you to do that too.
Love it, love it, love it. Miss Maritza, are you ready, sweetie?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
Oh, I know. Bring it.
Well, as an April Fool's, being April Fool's Day, you know, bringing out the fool in us, and like I always say, you know, we need to be positive. And with my cooking on the Delight Network, it's going to be inspiring. It's going to be full of love. It's going to be very positive, as it always is. Very good for us and fun, especially fun. Always remember, guys, passion and love.
Yes.
Search for the light. Always look for the light. Be unique in your own way and shine. We shine when we're confident and we're positive. Your body is yours. Search within yourself. Whether you meditate, whether you eat healthy, whatever it is you do, and always know that positivity and having confidence will get you far in life. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or what you look like. It doesn't matter. It's all about this.
I love it.
And I love you guys always out there, and my cooking is going to be with love, as it always is, for all of you. And I love you guys.
Awesome.
I love you. I love you. Gavin, before you go, I have to read these three back to back. So growing old is inevitable. Growing up is optional.
Absolutely.
Be childlike, not childish.
Yep.
And then my favorite of all three of these combined, they went perfectly in order. Embrace your inner fool, but be nobody's fool.
Exactly.
I think that's great. Mr. Gavin Kerr, tell us what your thoughts are for the day. Give everybody your best for April Fool's Day. No joke.
Yeah, it's definitely great to be back. I'm very excited for all the future has to come. Today, I want to bring to you a quote from JFK, which is, "Do not pray for stronger lives, pray for stronger men." And what I want to focus in on that is things will get difficult, things will be easier. It is a roller coaster up and down. But going back to what everyone else has said in the comment section as well, growing up does not mean, or growing old does not mean that you have to grow up. You're going to have difficult things, but you do still need to realize that it is only as serious as you make it a lot of the time, and the pain is only temporary. It'll be okay.
That's true. Love that.
I love it.
Pain is
well said.
temporary, suffering's a choice.
Correct. And then I have one that I had pulled up on my phone, and then I bumped it. Don't know where it went. So I don't know why I can't find it, but it was a quote by Plato, and it summarized that when you're a fool, you have two choices. One, accept the fool that they've judged you as, or two, understand who you are, and they don't understand the fool that you are, because you don't need to fool anybody. You don't need to be kidding. I live off of making jokes. I live off of making everybody around me feel better, and I love inspiring people. I love uplifting people. Today, hello, Josh. I'm sorry, ADD squirrel. Hi, Josh. But take today to truly open up your heart, let go of that fool that you think is deep down in you. and look deep inside. Join the network that's going to be finding love, compassion, and building a community that is truly focused on you. There's nothing in this world more important than your self-love. Take today to find that love in you and make the joke on that inner fool. I love you guys. We appreciate every song. I love it. We're going to be sharing some stuff all day, getting the fool out of us, and very grateful. I love Marissa. She's like, I got to hurt. I'm ready, B. I'm ready. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to be back every single morning, every day of the week. We have special guests coming in. We have live interviews again. We have people joining us. We're super excited for all the new things we're doing, and we cannot be here without you. Help us change the world by delighting one another in all situations. Spread positivity, love, joy. Thank you guys so much. This is from all of us at Delight Network, or my favorite was the DDC. Welcome to the Delight Digital Network. I loved it.
Awesome,
guys.
Maritza.
I like that.
Maritza has cooler shit for my company than I do, just so you know. So, guys, happy April Fool's Day. Spread some love, positivity, and all. I wanted to hit a button, and then I didn't hit it. Let's try that again. Have a great one, guys. Love you.